Hey, what is going on, SMT Nation? It is your boy, the SMT. I wanted to bring this topic here to the channel to, kind of cover this in this episode. I want to talk a little bit about what's going on kind of low-key at AT&T in terms of like the perceived value in the marketplace. So how it's trading, how the shares and the stocks are looking. And things are not great, honestly. They've been trending down for a while. There's a ton of debt that's associated with, all the big moves that they've done in the last several years. A lot of what's happened over the course of the last several quarters has basically been the aftermath of all of those moves. The debt kind of compiling and, the payoffs of that debt are coming slowly. So a lot of that trending down kind of makes sense. Anyways, Morgan Stanley is publicly actually questioning their wireless business future. And maybe it's just them generally as a company, but specifically, they are questioning the wireless plan, the 5G strategy, and the apparent execution. So price targets have dipped and share value has decreased on a couple of instances in the very recent past. We're talking about $36 in share to $34. So some of the concerns that Morgan Stanley cited: number one, concerned about the C-band costs. Quite expensive spectrum. The assets are going to be crucial for their future, but very expensive and much more than initially thought in terms of the value, so the financial risk is very high. The second thing is they expect a massive smartphone upgrade cycle in 2021, which Morgan Stanley believes that is going to create a lot of risk for AT&T. I'm not sure about how their computer simulations figure into this. I don't have the process in terms of what the generated outcomes are, but that's what they got. And the third thing, a lack of catalyst in the near term and the dividend freeze also are red flags. I actually can't remember a time when there wasn't a dividend increase at AT&T, so I'd say that this is concerning to investors as well. The firm believes C-band is a huge requirement in order for AT&T to be able to compete with the likes of T-Mobile in the 5G services marketplace. The T-Mobile and Sprint merger put T-Mobile way ahead in mid-band with the 2.5 gigahertz spectrum assets. Analysts are not sure about AT&T's route at this time. They potentially believe that it could be a situation where they go very, very aggressive, spare no expense, and go all out to build out a strong position in all three C-band blocks, which is, you have block A and then you have blocks B and C. Similar to what happened in the last AWS auction where, AT&T spent over $18 billion. Or they think that there's also a possibility that AT&T may be more selective, limit the spending, and focus on blocks B and C, which will likely mean that they won't have to spend as much money and much more affordable. So C-band Spectrum Auction 107, for those of you that have been following it, you know all about it. But C-band is a 3.7 gigahertz Goldilocks 5G spectrum. There's 280 megahertz of it, so there's plenty to go around. But it's believed that pretty much Verizon and AT&T have to go big. There's no other way to do it. So current bid totals have officially topped at $21 billion. To kind of bring up this next, item here in this video, you throw in the fact that it's at $21 billion, and that's out with even considering the incumbent decommission fees that are now set at somewhere in the neighborhood of $13 to $15 billion for the accelerated, repacking of the spectrum from satellite TV operators. The acceleration especially important for Block A, where the first 100 megahertz of spectrum, in these 46 of the top 50 markets nationally, are crucial to the success of the near-term build-out of 5G in the mid-band spectrum. So the source here is lightshedtmt.com. Walt Pychek on Twitter, if you'd like to check him out. He's a contributor there, and he writes tons of great articles. I don't think anybody is more in tune with wireless spectrum, auctions, and the telecom companies as Walt is. So definitely worth a follow, and check him out on the website. Look, this is the way that C-band is kind of trending. 40 plus billion is an absolute foregone conclusion. We're at day 7 and we're at 21 plus billion dollars. Another thing I would probably say with certainty, 45 billion is probably going to be pretty easy to hit. And I think that the 50 plus billion is a possibility. There's still lots of steam in the auction, right? It's not really losing any bite. So there's still some big time licenses out there, and there's still plenty of days of auctioning that's going to happen. Now things obviously will slow down over the next couple of weeks with, the holidays. But based on the huge numbers thus far, I don't know. I don't even know if we'd consider it halfway through. You know, looking at what Verizon and AT&T have probably spent right now, they're over here slaying each other with this money. And there's nothing they could really do. This is what they have to do in order to compete in terms of spectrum position with the likes of T-Mobile. Let me know what you think of this topic. You know, let me know your thoughts and opinions on AT&T's current position. Do you think that Morgan & Stanley is right? Do you think that they, you know, are viewing this correctly? Do you think it's a little bit overblown? I seem to have a little bit more confidence in AT&T than they do, but they're looking at it from the investor side, and I'm looking at it from the wireless telecom side. So it's a little bit different. I'm a little bit brighter. You know, I'm a little bit more positive on AT&T's future because I believe in what they're doing in wireless. Morgan Stanley, maybe not so much. Give me your thoughts, opinions on that. Let me know what you think of the C-band current price, the revenue that it's generated in bids so far. They're at $21 billion. This is crazy. Where do you think it's going to end up? What do you think of those numbers? Love to hear what you have to say. Go ahead and drop me a line in the comment section below. The voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard. That just about does it for this edition of the SMT YouTube channel. Thank you so much for taking this opportunity to watch. We appreciate you being here. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to give this video a like and share it to all of your favorite social media platforms. Also, consider becoming a subscriber if you'd like more from the SMT, and activate that bell notification icon so you never miss an upload, and you'll be the first to know when something does hit the YouTubes. Also, we've got items in the description box. We've got a Discord server. The @SneedTech Twitter handle is there, and there's ways to donate and support SMT creation. That pretty much does it for today. Thank you so much for being here again. Hope you have a great day, and we'll hopefully see you soon on the next video. Peace.